Good morning from Coon Creek here in Tallahassee, Alabama, and I'm about to set up for a Parks on the Air activation. Be a pretty quick activation this morning. Don't have a whole lot of time, but even so, I am using a completely new setup this morning. Well, not the radio, but new antenna, new key that I've recently gotten and want to share with you. So this is the Gabil tripod that you've seen me use a whole lot of times, the Gabil GRA-ULT01. I've done a few things to it. You'll see I've got some radial wires wrapped around it, but they have started selling a 3/8 mount for this tripod that has these radial screws on it. So I'll get these radials unwrapped and show it to you. I think it's really cool and makes this particular tripod a lot more flexible. So it's got these screw-on radial connectors that are really cool, and a 3/8 24 mount here, and then the connector comes out the bottom to connect to coax. I always put a BNC adapter on pretty much everything because I use BNC cables pretty much anytime possible. I like how quick they are to connect and disconnect. Put on this 90-degree one, so that when this is up, then that 90-degree connector just kind of sits off on the bottom, and it's easy enough to run a coax off of. So rather happy with that. A very cool mount that they've recently started making for it. So the antenna that I brought today, I'm going to try it again. I've tried this antenna before. I did not have very good results for it, but I think it's because I kind of hacked together a mount. Didn't really figure out my radial system. So it is the Super Antenna. I think this thing got pretty popular a few years ago. The MP1C is the version of it I have. I couldn't tell you what the difference is between all of those versions, but it's not very unlike the Gabil antenna in that it is a sliding coil. The difference here is I like that this is just all aluminum, real sturdy. It's just got this basically giant heat shrink wrapping around it, which is nice. The actual coil itself is wrapped around this plastic base, but it's very sturdy, very well made. I like that I can see the coil. In the Gabil I cannot. It is a little bit bigger than the Gabil. So, but as far as looks go, I think this has an edge up on the Gabil. I can tell you one thing though, is I've probably have 800 or more contacts in the log with that Gabil antenna, so if it's a question of performance, hey, I'm not hating on that. As of right now, that is my favorite antenna, my go-to. I've never had really good results with this, so while it looks good, I haven't figured out how to make it work right well yet. But it's got these two extension rods, so they go at the base of the antenna, I guess to kind of make it more of a bottom center loaded coil. And then it has this really crappy short whip that goes on top of it. This thing is just entirely too small to get really good performance. I'm going to use it because it's just what I have right now, but I did order a new whip that I'm going to try on top of this, so I will be sharing more about that in a few days. Okay, we've got the Super Antenna set up. I've got, right now it's just set up with the coil all the way down. I'm going to have to do some adjusting here in a moment. We've got two radial wires going out either direction. These are cut for 20 meters. See what band I end up using. But yeah, that's really about it. We'll see how this performs. The trusty Elecraft KX2. And then the key. This is a key from N3ZN. Makes fantastic keys. So I ordered this from his website a few weeks ago. If you follow me on Instagram, you will have seen a little bit about this already. Which, if you want to follow me and you don't on there, you can look me up at W4ARB_radio. W4ARB_radio on Instagram. I share there more often than YouTube. Obviously, it's easier to create quick content. But I ordered this key a couple weeks ago because I wanted to get into using a Cootie Key. So a Cootie Key, I think a lot of people are familiar with them. Some people may not be, but it is effectively a straight key turned sideways with a contact on both sides. So this does not create the dots or dashes for you. Instead of using one particular side for a dot, one particular side for a dash, you actually create all of the sounds just in an alternating pattern. So, if you're a musician, I also play guitar. If you're a musician, then it's kind of natural, almost like picking a guitar. You're creating the sounds with your hands rather than the electronic key are doing it. And it's more of a back and forth motion rather than one side being a dash or one side being a dot. It's more of a manual thing. One of the reasons that I like Cootie Keys is I do like, actually, and this is kind of debated, but I like manual keys in the fact that you can kind of put a rhythm and a unique sound to your keying, or as a lot of the straight key guys call it, you can develop a unique fist and have that swing to your Morse code that's unique to you, but also with good timing, good spacing. I actually think that having that freedom to put a rhythm to the Morse code makes it a little bit easier to understand. Now for electronic decoders, it makes it much harder. The computer can't decode something that is just a human created rhythm, but a brain certainly can, and I like it. So debated in the CW community. Some people do not like that and like very, very clean code that's basically computer sent or sounds like it. Don't get me wrong, I'm a big proponent for consistent spacing and making sure that your code is clean, but at the same time, it is an art. It's not just a science. Okay, tuck that cable in there. Get this hooked up. Now we got to get our antenna tuned up, and we'll get on the air. So I appreciate you guys joining along with me this morning. This is the second activation that I've done with the Cootie Key. Isn't that a fantastic name? The Cootie Key. I got me a cooties. Okay, I'm sorry. Surely you guys do not like my sense of humor. I'm not funny. Okay. Get to first blank page here. Get my logbook out and ready. I appreciate you guys being willing to suffer through. I talk up the Cootie Key, but the truth of the matter is I still suck with it. I've only been using it for a couple of weeks and really inconsistently during that time, so I'm not very practiced with it yet. I'll probably go slow this morning. I'll probably make a lot of mistakes as I suffer through an activation with a keying method that is still new to me. But I hope that you enjoy it. That's what ham radio is all about, is learning things and trying new things out and enjoying whatever you enjoy. And right now I'm really enjoying Cootie Keying. So let's practice it together. take you guys along. Alright, let's see if we can get this antenna to tune up. Okay, so using the transmit tune and watching my SWR meter on the radio, I was able to get this to a 2.6 to 1. It's as low as I can get this thing to tune. And my Gabil antenna, I can get to about a 1.2 to 1 using the same length counterpoise. But just one of them, here I have two. These are two 16-foot, 16.5 foot counterpoise wires, both elevated. With the Gabil, I can get this to tune lower SWR than that with one less counterpoise. So hopefully you can kind of make out what the mechanics of this method of keying are. I think it's fun. Tighten up these two tensioners real quick. So it's got these two back screws that set a tension on the arm. So that'll make it a little bit more, a little tighter. I think I heard somebody in there. MA0F. Alright, we got 5 back to back. Did not expect that this morning with the Super Antenna. Okay, there's 6. Good times. Another Michigan. Missouri. Anybody else before I call CQ again? 2, 3, that's 8. This is going to be a nice, successful activation, I believe. TT. Okay. EE. TT. TT. Got it, got it, got it, got it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10. Let's see if we can get another 1 or 2 in here. Pennsylvania. This logbook looks a mess today, doesn't it? Hopefully you guys can read it. Alright, let's do one more CQ and we're going to call it a morning. Okay, I think that's it. Good times, good times. So, that's an activation using the Cootie Key. So let me know, what do you think? Do you like the way that it sounds? Are you interested in the keying methodology of it, swinging back and forth, manually creating the dots and the dashes? Have you seen it before? Interested to hear what different folks think about it. I know that the code that I'm sending on it is not as clean as when I use, like my Bama key, for example, with an electronic keyer. It will be. Give me a few weeks. Let me get some more practice with it, and I'll be able to send, 20 words a minute, nice and clean. I do believe. Right now, I can't quite do that. I think I'm staying around 12 to 15 words a minute to try to keep it clean. If I try to go faster than that right now, then I mess up my spacing pretty bad, and my lengths of dashes are too short, etc. Just out of habit of just tapping a dash on a electronic keyer. But I really like the fact that you can really play the Cootie Key like an instrument versus the electronic keyers more like a button. So that's a lot of fun. I don't think it's a super popular method of keying. If you go on, say, DX Engineering right now, there is not a single Cootie Key that you can buy from DX Engineering. That's kind of sad. Now you can, I will say this, as a disclaimer, to correct myself there, you can't get a key made to be used as a Cootie Key from DX Engineering right now. You can get any single paddle key though, or if you have a single paddle key, all you do is short the wires between the two contacts, and then set your keyer to what you would for a straight key for hand keying, and the KX2 is the setting name is hand. Then you can use any single paddle key or even a double paddle key as a Cootie Key. I find that trying to use a double paddle is tough because you'll find yourself accidentally touching both at the same time and just making one long tone. At least I have. But a Cootie Key traditionally was made with a hacksaw blade, where the hacksaw blade just kind of did like this, had two contacts, and you swung it back and forth. That's effectively what this is. It's just kind of a fancier version of a hacksaw key, where it's got these two tensioner screws, so I can set how tight the action is with this saw blade, for lack of better terms. And then you can set the contact spacing. On a Cootie Key, typically your contact spacing is going to be a little bit more than what you would use on a paddle key. You want to have that kind of swinging back and forth motion. Otherwise, also, if you bump it, then it'll just go really fast and make a funny sound on the air. So I did that last activation a couple of times, but this time I don't think I did. But anyway, hope you enjoyed watching me practicing something new, using this new antenna system that I've got here with the Super Antenna. It didn't perform that bad. Now, I could only get it to tune to a 2.6 to 1, and then I used the tuner in the KX2 to get it down to 1.0 to 1. But, I mean, at the end of the day, we got a good activation. Signals were nice and strong. My signal reports were, consistent. 5.59 or so, 5.79, had some 5.99s. But overall, I mean, I wouldn't say that it performed any better or worse than the Gabil GRA-7350T that I use so often. It's probably, as far as today anyway, I don't know that I could really tell a difference. And a lot of that has to do with propagation more than it has to do necessarily with the antenna. It could have just been that the propagation was good today. Who knows? Yeah, all in all, it worked pretty good. So next time I use it, hopefully I will have that longer whip. So it's going to be about a 9-foot whip that I'm going to put on top of the super antenna coil. And that should give a good bit more radiator length and kind of get that performance up there. And then that's going to be the real judge of it, because I'd really like to use the super antenna coil. Not so much the telescoping whip that came with it, but that coil, I like it. It looks good, good quality. All right, well, so that is it for today. Thank you again for coming along at the beautiful Coon Creek in Tallahassee, Alabama. Watching the water, seeing several fish jump up since I've been sitting here. Surprisingly, no other boats have come and launched while I was here. But nice place, good pleasant scenery, and pleasant environment to do a Parks on the Air activation in the early morning. So thank you for watching, and let me know in the comments what you thought about the Cootie Key, your experience with the super antenna, and we'll keep making videos and getting to know each other. And I look forward to future activations with you. So 73 from W4ARB, and we will catch you next time.